Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak to you today about the most discriminated people on the earth, the people who are most discriminated upon, the autistic. Every race and every background and every ethnicity, has a check mark for, African American, Asian, Latino, Caucasian, but there's no check mark for autistic because it's not a country and an ethnicity. Yet throughout every ethnicity, they are picked on, bullied by their fellow peers in every society because they're different. Doesn't matter whether their skin color's different. It matters whether they're different. And they're different because they can't look people in the eye half of the time. Their brains function differently. They don't interact socially, and because they don't interact socially, they're rejected by society. They are discriminated against. I was beat up, spat upon from head to toe, left out in the middle of a field as a child by other kids when I was younger, and this is how people are. Discrimination doesn't just go to the children, it also goes to the adults. I've walked around neighborhoods and I've had people look at me, judgmental people. These are the people that are the biggest offenders. People who decide that they want to be like Ranger Rick. Oh, can I help you? Do you have a problem? Well, I was just minding my own business walking down the street. I'm a little autistic. Oh, well, I've gotten like, well, gee, you look strange to me. Are you okay? Like, you're concerned, right? Well, no, it wasn't really that you were concerned. More it was is you were looking at me as some sort of creep. You were looking at me like, oh, can I help you? There might be something wrong with this guy. So you use that veiled, can I help you, as, what are you doing? Everybody does it because it's a big statement. Don't tell me that can I help you doesn't mean what are you doing? I'm the security guard or I'm neighborhood watch. Yeah, I'm walking around a neighborhood, right? I first get, and this is the thing about wandering around a neighborhood. I like to go places and do things and take things in, right? But if you don't have a purpose or a plan, people will look at you like, oh, gee, well, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Like I go to a store, I want to walk around the store and look at the items. And by the way, I'm avoiding people because I don't want to be around them, right? And in the meantime, I get, yo, who are you? You look strange. You look weird. What are you doing in my store? Are you stealing? I'm like, no, I'm memorizing the shelves. I want to get to know the store. I don't know what I want. Can I help you find something? Help me find something? How about you let me alone and let me shop? Leave me be. I'm autistic. These things happen, and I know that that's not the discrimination part, but it is discrimination to the degree that who were you to presume that I was stealing? Who were you to presume that just because I was walking around your neighborhood and I got lost and I was in the middle of went to a dead end? I had a guy go, oh, I see you wandering around with nothing to do, with your hands in the pocket, looking at houses. Now I'm in a neighborhood full of Victorian houses that are beautiful, right? But as soon as I start looking around at the houses, I'm walking around the neighborhood and I find out that this neighborhood isn't very friendly. Neighborhood watch comes around and goes, oh, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? And you think about the society, and you're thinking about Russia at this time. Or some sort of society where everybody's going, oh, well, neighborhood watch, let's drop a dime on this one. No freedom. No freedom in this country, especially for people who just want to walk around. Oh, well, they might commit a crime. So in the name of protection, this is what happened at the airports. This is what happens with terrorism. You take people in a public place, a public street, and who have not committed a crime, and you tell them, well, you're in my neighborhood, we're going to call the police. So then the police come and look at you discriminatorily, like, well, what are you doing walking around the neighborhood? Don't you have a purpose? They're the same Nazis that are out there. And you're like, well, I'm just walking around. Well, what's your purpose? Well, I'm autistic. Oh, well, we'll throw you, it looks like they're going to throw you in jail. You're an antagonizer. And all you're doing is walking around, looking at houses. Talk about freedom. Look, as far as I know, if you have a problem with people walking on your street and you're going to dime them and have your neighborhood watch, if they haven't gone onto a property, broken a window, jumped in, like come on a property or done anything that's against the law, that's why the law cuts two directions. Leave the public alone. This is not a free country, and it is not free for somebody to walk around. You make your houses beautiful to be looked at. Then you say to us, oh, this creep is looking at my house. It was for you to look at? You put it on display in the public. These are the beefs that I have with society. I live in a society that's crooked, that sits there and says, well, this is right because people ought to act this way, and because people ought to act this way, and this one's not acting in line, we're gonna question him. We're gonna make him feel as if he's wrong or he did something wrong, and always walk around feeling like he's rejected, and it's because he's some sort of criminal. This is the problem of having autism. The most discriminated people there are against people there are, by society, by government, by school officials, by people in general. And I'm passionate about it. I do believe that we have to run around carrying a card saying we're autistic, we're okay, to give you our papers. You got see papers? What is the matter with you? You don't act like the rest of us. No, I'm looking at houses and I'm enjoying life. You know, you need to have a plan and a purpose for your life. So your life is like some sort of, talk about being a robot. You have to go to the store and walk right to the aisle. Can I help you find something? What if I'm just looking? What if I'm just shopping? Oh, well, just tell the guy you're just shopping. Why? He's still looking at you like you're weird because you're avoiding people. Okay? This is why I need to start, and I need people to help me put it together. And as soon as I put it together, I will ask people to help me support-wise. Not until I have it legally put together. I want to be a spokesman for the autistic. And please help me. I want to make sure that in that role I'm respectful to society, but at the same time I want to speak out strong for people with autism to have rights, especially adults. I know that there are other societies out there, but I think that I have the tongue to speak for you. And if I'm not speaking what's right for you, you let me know. But I'm asking you, I'm begging you, and I know that there's plenty of articulate autistic people out there, and we need you to speak out for this discrimination and this crime of stepping on autistic people. Thank you very much.